Good afternoon, I'm Dominique Giroux.
And I'm Brett Moline.
And this is the 7th legislative update from the Wyoming Farm Bureau this session. The last day for bills to be out of committee in the second house was Thursday, and today was the last day for bills to be out of committee of the whole. Bills that are not off a general file by the end of today are done and gone for this session. This week we saw various committees holding meetings to discuss interim topics. Once a committee decides on a topic, they will be forwarded on to Management Council where they will approve or deny the committee's request. We're hoping later next week we will be able to update you on what these interim topics will be. There was also some talk this week that the legislature could possibly adjourn a day earlier than was anticipated, which would be Wednesday, February 27th of next week. Earlier this week, we held our legislative meeting in Cheyenne, and attending members were updated on various bills from the session and their effect on agriculture. We also got to hear from all of our congressional delegation, as well as Governor Meade. There's 4 bills I want to update you on today, starting with Senate File 118. This is an eminent domain bill that Farm Bureau has been following throughout the session. It seeks to amend current statute to clarify what is necessary for an entity to exercise eminent domain. This bill was placed on the House General File and was up for consideration today. Senate File 137 deals with animal cruelty statutes. It provides peace officers, animal control officers, and local governments with the ability to take animals if they witness what they believe to be acts of cruelty. The bill establishes statutes for cruelty to animals other than those covered under the livestock statutes, such as household pets. This bill is currently up on general file in the House. House Bill 77 deals with the Wyoming Lottery and establishing a lottery administered by a non-state agency for the state of Wyoming. The profits from the lottery would be allocated to roads in the state. This bill is up for its 3rd reading in the Senate today. Lastly, I want to talk to you about House Bill 228. This would facilitate a study dealing with the transferring of federal lands to state control. The argument is if the state can take over these lands, it could manage them more efficiently, lower the operating costs, and essentially enhance the state's ability to reap benefits from these lands. This bill has passed its 2nd reading in the Senate and will be up for its 3rd reading next Monday. Now I'm going to hand you over to Brett Moline and see what he's been working on earlier this week.
Thanks, Dom. There's 4 different bills I'd like to speak with you today about. The first one is Senate File 126. This bill deals with oversized loads coming into and leaving the state of Wyoming. This would allow the governor to declare an emergency and would facilitate these larger loads coming into the state of Wyoming and also leaving the state. This past summer, with so much hay coming in, we had a hard time getting the trucks through some of the ports. This would ease that problem. We have to remember it will also ease the problem of getting hay out of the state, which we transport out quite a bit in a normal year. This bill has passed both houses. Now we're just waiting to see if the houses will concur on the changes that were made in the House. Senate File 160 deals with pesticides. This would get our state laws into concordance with the federal rules and regulation and laws that are in place. It also helps better define what under supervision is. This would put it that you have to be within 50 miles and 1 hour of any people that are applying pesticides that you are supervising. We are hopeful that this bill will be up on general file today. If not, it will be done for the session. Over on the House side, we've been working on House Bill 85 that deals with municipal jurisdiction. Currently, cities can go up to 6 miles outside of their city limit boundaries to enforce health and safety codes. This bill would rein that back into a half mile, but would also, very importantly, give the county commissioners the ability to override the decisions by the city. We've strongly supported this bill. Farm Bureau policy has always been that you should have representation by those that are regulating you. We're hopeful that this bill will get through the 3rd reading on the Senate today and hopefully will go forward and be signed by the governor next week. House Bill 155 deals with burn ban violations, and it would allow volunteer fire departments to recoup the costs that they have associated with going out and fighting fires that are essentially started illegally. We had high hopes for this bill. It got through the House in good shape, but ran into problems in the Senate, and it died on the Senate Committee of the Whole. This might be an issue that will come up again in 2 years at the next general session. As Dominique mentioned, they have been working on interim topics. We are hopeful that by next week, next Friday, we will be able to inform you of what the interim topics are that the different committees will be working on. Until then, we will see you next Friday. Thank you.